I'm joined by Susanna and Lindsay over the other side, and of course, the stars of the show. Here come our colony of penguins. You are now looking at the largest penguin pool in the whole of England. So if you love penguins, you are definitely in the right place. And it is the largest colony of penguins in the whole of London town. We do have over 60 penguins living here, and we have 3 different species of penguins. Now, in the wild, there are 18 different species or different types of penguins. They do range in size from the massive emperor penguin, which stands at a mighty 4 foot, so would come up to about here on me. And they do go right down in size to the little blue penguin, otherwise known as the fairy penguin, and they measure a tiny 1 foot, so about half the size of the penguin that is next to me now. So they do vary in size quite a bit. Now the species we have here, we have Humboldt penguins. In the wild you'd find them in the coastal regions of Peru and Chile. Then we have black-footed penguins. Now anyone thinking, well, the penguins must be getting a little bit hot today, they like it nice and cold and snowy. Actually, our black-footed penguins like this heat. They come from the beaches in South Africa. They are the beach bums of the penguin world. They do a bit of sunbathing, and they really are lapping up this weather today. And finally, we do have a very special rock hopper penguin called Ricky. Unfortunately, he seems to be being a bit of a diva at the moment, and he's hiding away. But I will try and spot him for you. The moment I do, I will stop the talk and tell you all about him, because he is a little bit special, and we'll come back to him later on. So I'm going to make my way over to Susanna. Try not to fall in the pool, but it would be nice today in this weather. Susanna is our expert on penguins. Susanna, now we know the different species, can you just try and sort of point them out to us?
In front of us here, the 2 little ones, they're actually 2 juvenile Humboldt penguins. When they grow up, they're going to look like this. So majority of the ones you see in the water are actually Humboldt penguins. On your right-hand side, Ruth, you've got a few of the black-footed penguins, which are a little bit smaller. And Ricky, as you've already pointed out, he's at the moment missing. So we'll see what whether we can find him later on.
Okay, thank you, Susanna. We will keep our eyes peeled for Ricky. Okay, guys, your chance to get involved nice and loudly. I want you to yell out very, very clearly what you think penguins might like to eat. Now, it's not a trick question, and we've got a big clue going on here. So, after 3, 1, 2, 3... Fish! Yeah, I kind of heard that. Let's try. It's a lovely sunny day. A little bit louder. 1, 2, 3! Fish! Absolutely right. Well done. You can all be penguin experts. Yes, penguins do love to eat fish. Makes up around 80% of their diet. In the wild, the other 20% are things like squid and crustaceans, which are things like crabs, and in particular a special type of crustacean called krill, which is a little bit like shrimp. Penguins absolutely love it. They can't get enough of the stuff. Now we're feeding our penguins a type of fish called capelin, and you will see the keepers will throw the majority of the fish into the pool. And this is to encourage natural behaviour, because in the wild the penguins do have to dive to catch their fish, so we do like to encourage that. All penguins are excellent divers. They can all dive to depths of around 100 metres. But the largest species of penguin, the one I mentioned earlier, the emperor penguin, they have actually been recorded diving to depths of around 500 metres. So very impressive indeed. And once they're diving, they have excellent underwater vision, which helps them to locate their prey. Now, it's not just their diving abilities that help them for a life in the water. They're also covered in 2 lovely coats of feathers, keeps them dry, keeps them nice and warm, means they can go hunting fish for long periods of time without getting too wet. Even their wings have evolved over time to act more like flippers, and they can actually propel the penguin through the water for speeds of up to around 25 kilometres per hour. So they might be a little bit comical when they're out here on the side, but when they're in the water, they actually become very elegant birds. And if you like, that is where they fly. They fly through the water. So that's just a little bit more about penguins out in the wild. Let's take a closer look at the inhabitants of Penguin Beach. Now, the majority of the penguins we have are the Humboldt penguins. In the wild, they live in burrows made out of rock and soil. So if you have a look towards the back of Penguin Beach, you can see it's been perfectly designed for the species we have here, because what looks like oversized drain pipes is in fact the burrows for our Humboldt penguins, and that is where they will be laying their eggs. And we've got our fingers crossed that we will have some chicks joining us soon. I believe at last count there were 3 eggs. So do come back in 2 months' time, and that is when the new chicks will hopefully be out and about in the big pool with the adult penguins. Now, the Humboldt penguins are very closely related to black-footed penguins. Susanna, how can you tell the difference between these 2 species?
Well, the Humboldt penguins, they've got a bit more of a pink on their face, and it's about a third larger than the black-footed penguins as well.
Thank you, Susanna. That is why we call you the expert. Now, I've just been told on good authority that Ricky is in the water somewhere, so I'm keeping my eyes peeled for him. No, he's right. He's making a very, very slow entrance, I'm afraid. I told you he's a little bit of a diva. He just likes to make sure that all the attention is on him. So he is working his way towards us now. When he gets here, he's easy to spot. He has lovely yellow head feathers on the top of his head, and that is because he is a crested penguin, just like Lovelace in the film Happy Feet. There are 6 species of penguins that have those yellow head feathers. They use them for display and recognition purposes, so they can show if they are happy or if they are sad, depending on the movements they do with those head feathers. Come on, Ricky, everybody is waiting. Now, Ricky's a little bit of a celebrity here at ZSL London Zoo. He's met a lot of celebrities. They all come to meet him. He's got quite a few fans. He's even starred in his own music video as well. So because of this, to please his fans, Ricky has his own Facebook page. You did hear me correct. I believe he's the only penguin on Facebook. Just search for Ricky the Rock Hopper and you'll find him. That's probably where he was right now, updating his status, letting everyone know what a sunny day it is at Penguin Beach. Here you come, your adoring fans are waiting, Ricky. We're going to move out of the way and let him pass. Right, in he comes. He might demonstrate how he gets his name a rock hopper, and that's because they've developed this unique way of getting around where they jump from rock to rock. Up he goes. A round of applause for Ricky, please. That's it, he loves to hear the applause. It really does encourage him to come out. So there he is, our lovely rock hopper penguin Ricky. Do go on and search for him on Facebook. If you're really enamoured with this character, you can actually adopt him online. Again, you did hear me correct. You've become his new parents. Now, sadly, you can't take Ricky home because he does love his pool here at Penguin Beach. And to be honest, you probably wouldn't want to because he does smell of fish quite a bit. However, you will be able to make all your friends jealous by telling them you're the proud parents of a brand new rock hopper penguin. But in all seriousness, by adopting Ricky, you will be helping ZSL with all the conservation work that we do worldwide. Now, ZSL is us. It stands for the Zoological Society of London, and we are a charity that runs London Zoo and Whipsnade Zoo, but that is just the tip of the iceberg, because we then do conservation work in over 50 countries worldwide. And that does include conservation work with penguins, because sadly 11 of the 18 species are now classified as endangered. There are lots of reasons for this. One is climate change. It's also down to overfishing as well, but that is where ZSL comes in. We've been sending experts over to Antarctica to study penguins, find out where they're getting their food from, and seeing how they're being affected in these changes around them. And by getting this information, we hope to be able to set up plans for the future to make sure that penguins are around for generations to come. But I'd like to thank each and every one of you for choosing to visit ZSL London Zoo today, because by coming to see us and seeing our penguins, you have in fact helped towards that conservation effort, because a lot of our funding does come directly from the ticket sales here at ZSL London Zoo. So thank you very much for that. If you'd like to know anything more, I'm going to head over to base camp. I'll be happy to answer any of your questions. Also, please do take a visit to our beach hut on the way out, where you can pick up your replica Rickies, all your penguin merchandise, and you can even adopt Ricky straight after the talk as well over our beach hut. But guys, thank you all very much for listening, and please do enjoy the rest of this lovely sunny afternoon here at ZSL London Zoo. Thank you.